Alrighty. So we have Kendra here. She has been with Prove It for a year. She's a mom of a 4-year-old, and completely checked out of life and hopeless as of 1 year ago. So Kendra, what was your life like prior to Prove It and Keto OS?
Okay. I don't know why. Does anyone else get nervous before these calls?
Yeah.
I get nervous, like the kind of nervous where you want to like throw up and poop your pants all at the same time. That's the kind of nervous I get. So I'm just gonna speak from my heart. 1 year ago, almost exactly. It's been a little over a year now. And kind of I love to like energy really like supports me on these calls. So kind of shake your head or like raise your hand if you can relate to anything that I'm saying. A year ago, on social media, looked like I was living a pretty good life. I was really, really, really good at faking it. I was really good at putting on a certain show for what I thought was pursuing a dream that I didn't even know what it meant to me anymore. And I'll kind of take you back to take you forward. So when I got pregnant with my son, so it had been 4 years ago. I know you asked me what it looked like a year ago, but I'm going to take you 4 years back first. So 4 years ago, I was completely reckless, totally out of control, drugs and alcohol, you name it. If it was reckless, I was doing it. And I got pregnant with my son out of the blue, like literally out of nowhere. I mean, not out of the blue. We all know what it takes to get pregnant, but let's just say it was really unexpected. And it was kind of like God giving me my second chance. And having Camden, I gained 100 pounds. So I got sober and I gained 100 pounds. And after I had him, from the second they laid him in my arms, I realized like I had a bigger purpose. Like my purpose started when I had Camden. So I realized in that moment that I wanted to be better, that I wanted to be this amazing, wonderful, great mom. Everything that wasn't even really important to me before, that I didn't know that it was, all of a sudden became important. And the first thing was my health and fitness. Like before that, health and wellness to me was being skinny, right? Like all I cared about was being skinny to attract people, to feed the insecurities that I had for 26 years of my life that led me to becoming pregnant and being a single mom and completely broke, and all the things that led me to where I was, right? So it sparked a journey to health and wellness for me. And in my third year of that journey, I started to feel worse than ever. Like I didn't understand why I was doing everything that was textbook, like what I was supposed to be doing. I was working out, I was, drinking healthy shakes, I was, doing all the things, but yet then I would find myself eating like crap behind the scenes, sleeping like I would literally, Ash, like I love her to death, my partner, like I would sleep all day. Like I would just have like mental health days. And I can remember Camden like coming into my bedroom and being like, mommy, and me just being like, I physically can't do it. Like Ash would take him and she would play with him and she would do things with him. And I remember, and he was 3. So like if anyone's ever had a 3-year-old, they know that 3-year-olds can be a little bit challenging and they can be insanely overwhelming to someone who doesn't have anything to give. I didn't have anything to give. I was barely hanging on. The financial side of it is another thing, is a whole nother story. We were completely broke. We were living in Ash's grandparents, you can call it a guest house, but it's really more like a cabin. It didn't and I like bless their souls for letting us live there, but there was no like padding under the carpet, right? So it was like either really, really cold or really, really hot. There was no air conditioning. There were no locks on the windows. I remember we moved in having to take like bleach and wear a mask and like get all the mold out of the windows so Camden wouldn't get sick. Like when I say my life looked drastically different, like there was a day where I was just in the shower and I had turned 30 And I just lost it because I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't feel good anymore. This whole reason I started this health and wellness thing, I don't feel good. I don't have the energy that I want to be that present and crafty and playful and, you know, that mom that we all envision ourselves being. Like, I just didn't have it. I didn't have it and I wanted it. So that's what that's what life looked like a year ago.
Okay. So I think a lot of moms, I know I can, a lot of moms can relate to having to take those mental health days and literally lay in bed, because I know that I have felt that way too. So I know for a fact that you're definitely not the only one. It doesn't matter what age they are. Life is overwhelming enough. Now take those days. Well, used to be anyway. So what has Keto OS and Keto Max done for you, like, in your life?
So when we had a lot of people sharing stories today, and I listened to every single one of them today. Ironically enough, while I was out like playing with Camden and bike riding with Camden and laying in the back of my brand new Escalade with my son, we were literally laying in the back of it after getting out of Whole Foods, like feeding each other snacks and like talking and listening to these calls today. And one of the things that I kept hearing over and over and over again was that I was super skeptical. Like, I remember scrolling my news feed. I was actually like laying in bed eating Arby's, right? I was like, join my fit, let me teach you fitness. And I was like, like smashing food that I just could not stop craving. And I remember seeing this pink drink again, like, and I was just like, okay, guys, like, we're not going to drink a drink and be happy here. We're not going to put a patch on. Like, it's not going to happen. Get your booty to the gym, work out, be healthy. That's it. End of story. I ignored it. I was like, nope, not the one. I am not the one, right? And like, no, nothing against Plexus or anything, right? But I was like, okay, like, you know, I literally was mocking it in my head, and I think even out loud to Ash. And a couple days went by, and like something was just tugging at my heart with it. Like, I felt it in my stomach, I felt it in my heart, and I was like, literally no. And at the time, I couldn't even afford a 10-day sample of this thing. Like, literally could not do it. And Ash was like, just get it, let's try it. And I was like, but we can't afford it. And it just so happened to be her birthday. Her birthday was March 22nd. So I guess, you know, a little over a year now. So, and she was like, well, will you just get it for my birthday? Like, let's get one and we'll split the 10-day for my birthday. And I was like, sold, let's get it. So we literally got it for her birthday. And and again, you're going to hear, this is personal to me. And to her, I wish she was here. She just went to go get dinner, but I wanted her to share too. We ripped open this packet. It came in the mail, and it was kind of like getting like, to me, I was skeptical, but I knew there was something to, like, I could feel it in my gut at that point. I was really hopeful. And so I ripped it apart, and I'm the person, I didn't do any research at all. Like, I heard so many people today, they were like, I did research, I read this, I read that. I was like, cool, whatever, let's try it. So we opened it, mixed it with some water. Within an hour, we both just looked at each other and we were just like, what? This is something. And I had taken Adderall for 10 years, all through undergrad, all through grad school. And I believe it led to actually a lot of the depression, but that's neither here nor there. I am not a medical professional, and I'm not making any medical claims here at all whatsoever. But for me, it felt like my brain had turned on. Like, everything was like, it was like black and white to color all of a sudden. Like, it's almost like I even thought, I think I heard someone say earlier, like, their vision was clearer. Like, everything came into focus. Like, if life was super, super, super blurry, it was all of a sudden like life came into focus. And I was like, okay, what's the first thing we're going to do when life comes into focus? Let's go Facebook Live. Like, and still to this day, Facebook Live makes me want to throw up. Like, I get so nervous, but I had to share what I was feeling, and Ash too. So we did a Facebook Live, and over the next week, we kept doing Facebook Lives, and we were dancing with Camden on Facebook Lives, and we just had this like energy and excitement for life. At the end of 10 days, I think on day 9, we were having the girl we bought them from overnight us more, because we were like, oh my God, we cannot feel this. Like, we can't go without feeling like this. I haven't missed a day since. And my life, I think you're going to ask me this, or maybe I'll just tie this in together. My life doesn't look anything like it did before. I have energy every day. People that I meet out, they're like, they ask me like, what, you know, are you like on something, you know? And I'm like, no, it's ketones and ketosis. Like, you have steady energy all day. I don't know the last time I took a nap. I am present for Camden every single day. That's the biggest thing that I can stress the difference over and over and over again is like, and I'll get into this a little bit because I just so happen to know the questions already that you're going to ask me, but I'm present. I'm here. Like, it's not like I'm not watching my life go by. I'm not watching my son grow up. I shared this at one of our company events on stage in January, but right before we had started using Keto OS, I had called my son's dad, and literally Camden was like having a crazy meltdown that day. And I called his dad, and I was just like, you have to take him. Like, you have to take him full time. Like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I don't have what it takes to give him and what he needs and raise him. Like, I just don't have it. And then literally it was like a week later that Keto OS came into our lives. And I think it was like right around like 7 days of being on it. And we were outside playing, and I missed a part. I got to go back. So in that moment, right, like after I got off the phone with Camden's dad, he was crying. He was on the floor, and I remember getting down on the floor with him and crying and being like, you know, I promise I'm going to try and be a better mommy. Like, I literally like held his little face in my hands and was like, I promise I'm going to try and be a better mommy. Like, I promise. And it was 7 days after taking this product. And I know it sounds crazy. If you're watching this, I promise you that I know that it sounds insane that a product can do this for you. But 7 days after, we're playing outside, and like my kid remembers everything. Like, he is an old soul. And we're playing, and he's like, Mommy, thanks for being a better mommy. And like, that for me, I don't care about the house and the car and like everything that's came with these blessings. Like, my son has me, and it's not all rainbows. It's not amazing every day. I still lose my shit. Like, I still check out sometimes, but given a 95-5 over the opposite. Before, it was 5% of the time he had me and 95% of the time he didn't. Now 95% of the time he gets me, and everyone else in my life gets me, and it's sparked this whole entire journey to better. So, and I know that's going to lead into your next question. So,
okay. How has being a part of the Prove It community changed your life?
And I said I wasn't going to cry on this call. I literally told myself, I was like, I'm not emotional at all. Like, I don't feel any emotions. I'm good. I'm not going to cry. This community has, and Marlene, I know you talked a little bit about this on the last call. I had no idea. You know, I thought I was going to share ketones. Like, I really thought like, okay, cool. This is a great product. This is an awesome opportunity. Like, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to share ketones. And what it's done for me personally, like when you talk about the mission of the company and like be the best version of yourself and be a better you, like there have been times where it's been painful. I'll be honest. Like, it has pushed me to the literal limits of being the best version of myself. It's caused me to grow in areas I didn't know I needed to grow. It's caused me to be not only like step and grow into it, being an actual leader, but being a better mom and a better partner. Like, there are women in our community, and there are mentors and leaders and people that are literally all just pushing me to be the best version of me and supporting me. And then I just get to pay that forward. Like, I didn't create this concept, but I get to carry it on. And so to have that, like, to me, it's an honor to be able to carry that forward. And every single time I talk to a new potential business partner or someone who's interested in what we're doing, I'm like, listen, like, whether you want to go, you want to go a little bit, or you want to go a lot, or you want to make this a legacy for your family or not, like, we're going to meet you where we're at, because people have and inspire you to be a little bit better. And that's what's been done for me, is like, I wanted to go hard and fast. Like, I want to become, spiritually awake and enlightened and aware. And like, it's like Dr. Schwartz, I don't know if you guys have probably never heard his name before, but he said something one day. He was joking, and he was like, there's ketones are like doing something in people's brains. It's really causing people to wake up. And I was like, yeah, it is. it's like, it's just opened this whole entire area of like becoming the best version of me. And I know it sounds kind of cheesy and kind of cliche, but truly every single day I wake up and I'm like, how can I serve to like community? Like that didn't mean anything to me before. Prove it. Honestly, it didn't. I was just like, what, you mean like the people in your zip code? Like, is that your community? And like, now I understand like a community is like, I want to see people that are connected to us win more than I care about winning. Like, it's all about like, how can I reach out and help the next person and the next person, and the energy that comes as a result of that. And like the people we've attracted to what we're doing, it's like, it's truly one of the greatest honors I've ever had to be a part of it. So next to motherhood.
Yay. That is all the questions that I have. I know you could go on. I'm like surprised it's so short because I know
I
you
know.
and I can like talk forever. But these videos were meant to be short and sweet and into the point. But I know as a mom, I can relate like a million times of not being present. And it sounds, I think I said this on my video, it literally sounds insane you literally will just scroll past somebody's stuff and be like, okay, whatever. But then there's just that one moment where you try it and your like entire world can change on whatever through all the testimonies that we've heard all day today. That one literal moment that your like life will change, and you'll remember those specific moments and those specific things and what changed and what it is now. So that's all the questions that I have, and I love your story.
Thanks for hopping on, everybody, and thanks for hanging out with us. Marlene,
Yes.
you're amazing. I love you.
Love you too. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Oh, wait.